Hey, Kareem Tucker, thank you. Yeah, everything's going good. So far, so good. Good morning, my FIFA bros. Hey, Maryland Villa, thank you. Wells Family Journey. Yeah, the Sam was a good send-off. It shocked me. Hey, Carmen, what's going on? You getting ready to head over to Mexico, I heard. Playa del Carmen's a great choice. Eminem Journey, what's going on? Stone Cold, you got my vote for YouTuber of the year. That's funny, man, but thank you. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Jonathan, yes, the billboard for her Sorry Sorry store is cool. Hard not to forgive them. I tell you, I was shocked. That billboard, I mean it, man. That guy did a heck of a job. Let's see. I'm going to wait till a few more people get on here. He says, hello, Calvin. King Papa says, 519 here in Armenia. I have time to see you before. Send my condolences. Send my, to Iran. Congratulations on all that you do in the Philippines. Thank you, King Papa. I appreciate it. I saw a video on Iran, man. You know, people be shocked, really, about the real Iran. And Iranians over there, they're really nice people. Tennessee conservative. That was a nice surprise, the picture of you on the sand. It was. It really shocked me. And I started seeing that guy around the premises. But I didn't know he was doing all of that. It really shocked me. Really it did. And I got emotional, man, the more I looked at that damn thing. Hey, Chester Leverett, he said, I need some advice from your experience in the Philippines. Hope I can get contact information. Yeah, send me an email, calroach1, CALROACH1 at Gmail. I hope I'll be happy to help you if I can. Hey, greetings from Saskatchewan, Canada. Wow. I know y'all freezing y'all butts off up there. I got a few questions today about some travel requirements, what I think when you come to the Philippines. Number one, you're going to need that COVID insurance. It may not be a requirement, but guys, I'm going to suggest you get that. It's very cheap. And travel insurance, it's just a matter of checking the box, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of times we don't check that box when we go to buy our tickets. It's very important. You're going to need proof of that when things open back up, not only here, but everywhere. And you would do yourself a favor, you and your family a favor, by getting that COVID insurance. It's cheap. Getting the travel insurance, it's cheap if you're going to be here 2 weeks, a month, less than 6 months. It's just a matter of checking the box. Cathay Pacific, and I don't have the details, I just saw the headlines, they're going to include their COVID-19 insurance for free on their tickets. So it's not going to be any excuses for you not to have it. You don't want to get sick over here, without insurance, ladies and gentlemen. I did a whole video on that yesterday. It's good insurance. It's good coverage. It's good health care over here, but you got to have insurance. Our money. Hey, Karen Tucker says, good morning, Calvin. I hope all is well. It is. Tony P, what's up, Calvin? This is Tony P from Vegas. Thank you for what you did for Lil D and her mom on making moves to come out there. Man, really, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Somebody did it for me, and I always tell guys that. I broke every rule that I possibly could break. All my rules that I give you guys, I broke them dealing with baby Denise, because when I walked in that situation, guys, y'all saw the situation I walked into. It grabbed a hold of me, but from now on, I'm just going to have to get better control of my emotions, man. Hey, E Deuce, He said, Big C, what's going on? Chriselle, what's going on? Good morning. Ingram Davis, Sage, okay, Tony P, the guys who took advantage of you. William Wild said, what's up, boots on the ground? Stone Cold, hey, Calvin. Time man, that man that traveled 7, good morning. Good morning to you, brother. Kenneth Roundtree, good morning. Mr. Vegas, that painter did an amazing job on your portrait. I'm going to tell y'all something. You know I got a little 6-year-old daughter. She saw that and she broke out laughing, man. It was the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. Really. Buffalo Dan says, Calvin, you should do a video on the value in dating a Filipino with children. It's the single best relationship I've ever had. I actually did one on there. It's called Condominiums and Single Mothers. But you're right. A lot of men miss that because you can't tell people what their choices are. But I tell you what. Hey, Philip Cooper. Good morning from the island of Luzon. Good to see you doing your thing. What's up, Philip? Philip, you've been here since day one. Mike Levesque, great billboard, very heartfelt. You're a good man, Calvin. Thank you. Yeah, I got emotional, man, with that. Curtis Fabian says, thanks for all of your valuable information. Hey, thank you, Curtis, for watching, man, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just a regular Joe giving y'all regular Joe information. I hope y'all can hear me. Can anybody hear me? I don't know why my... Bill Poole said, morning, got second vaccine on the 10th, passport renewed, can't wait. Well, Bill, look into some COVID insurance and also travel insurance. Don't come over here without it. They may turn you around. The Orchid King says, Brother Calvin, how your wife's sister doing? They're doing good, brother. She's doing good. Hear me? Okay, loud and clear. Yeah, because looked like my sound went down. Thank you. Mixed Philippine Journey says, I'm just glad I moved here May 2019. I did not get stuck in the States. Hey, I'm going to tell you what, Mick. You got the same as I do. I said the same thing. I came here in December 2018. We don't follow our instinct. Tony P says, I'm planning on coming out permanently. That's good, brother. I appreciate it. Make coverage or enough money anyhow. Tony P said, where do we get travel insurance and COVID insurance? Travel insurance is just as simple as checking that box when you go to bank. It may add a few dollars to your... let me switch over to my data, y'all. Okay. Hey, Jason. Thanks for that super chat. He said, would you consider doing another travel video? I'd really enjoy more content like that. I will consider doing that because I'm going to do a update on my Patreon page for them over there. I'm going to be talking about proof of insurance upon entering the Philippines in 2021. You're going to need that COVID. You're going to need that travel insurance. And you want to have it anyway. It's cheap. And the COVID, they're offering that now. That's something new. Like I said, Cathay Pacific is giving it free with their ticket. And a lot of these companies are giving you $100,000 worth of coverage. And believe me, insurance companies, they're only offering this because they know you're not going to use it. You're not going to need it. All right. But in order to get in a lot of these countries, guys, you're going to need that COVID insurance. You want to have it anyway. You know, don't get caught without that. I mean, that's a fact. Jacob, what's going on? The audio is strong. Phil, audio is excellent. Okay. Derek Shockley said, good morning from Mindanao. What part of Mindanao you in, Derek? I was in Zamboanga City. Hey, y'all hit the like button if you don't mind. I kind of know that helps me now. And it's free. It's free to do that. The Orchid King said, Calvin, you hit 12,000 subs. Congrats. Hey, thanks, man. But, you know, I'm nothing without you guys. I promise you that. And that keeps me humble. Bobby G, Brother Cal, you know I'm coming. I'm already there in spirit and soul. Thank you, Bobby G. I know you coming, man. So make sure you got everything, all your ducks in a row. Let's see. 808 Barrett says, good afternoon, everybody. Victor Gordon said, morning from Abu Dhabi. Wow. Bill Ellis says, I refreshed and now no more buffering. Yeah, I'm using my data. I don't know. Well, a professor, Eric Terry, told me that, Calvin, a lot of your buffering has to do with you have so many people watching your live stream. He said it has more to do with that than your Wi-Fi. And thank you, Eric Terry. He's such a good help. Hey, Lamont Smith, thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, I signed up your Patreon. Do you have any material coming out of Patreon? Yeah, for Patreon subscribers. I do, Lamont. Like I said, I've got a video that I'm going to upload today on travel updates for the Philippines and also the requirements to get in here in 2021. Kevin Lukeman says it's good to see men your age getting their second win, enjoying life. Absolutely, man. I think, you know, you should live until you die. That's just my philosophy. Live until you die. Don't take any of your dreams to your grave. I mean that, man. I'm not just trying to sound all motivational and inspirational, man. I'm telling you. Don't die. Don't be on your bed with any regrets, man. You know, I made that decision back in 2008, long before I even got to the Philippines. You know, and when I made the decision to come here, I didn't even have the money. I didn't know where I was going to get it, but it didn't stop me from dreaming, hell. And here I am. Kane Ross, Calvin, if you played the Philippine Lotto and won big, would you move to another place or would you feel comfortable staying where you are? That's a great question. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm staying put because this is my sweet spot, man. You know, San Carlos City, the people here are so nice. The crime is just practically non-existent here. You know, and why would I take a chance going somewhere else? Now, will I travel? Absolutely. Hey, AJ Eckley, good evening. Well, good morning where you are. No, good evening to where you are. It's good morning over here. But yes, a great question. And I was just talking to my girlfriend about that. I said, you know, I was thinking about moving to Siquijor Island, but I'm not going to do it. He said, Calvin, read Michael Dorsifin comment. Okay, I will. Sorry. Like I said, guys, it's kind of tough. The minute I get on here, there's 40 comments. You know, and it's hard for me to catch up, but let's see if I can find it. Sun Moon said, Calvin, been following you from the beginning. You do so much for others. Would you let your followers do something for you? I would like to raise money to buy you a tooth implant. I don't need a tooth implant, man. I'm 57. If anything, the money you send me. Hey, Michael Dorsenfang says, hey, Calvin, we appreciate everything you do in the Philippines. You put all the other, I don't know what that word is. You got VLOUNG. I don't know what that means, Michael. Karan Tucker says, there's nothing wrong with empty, Calvin. They lost a good friend, even greater blessing. That's true. Let me finish reading what he said. Oh, okay. Here's Michael. He says, "Hey, Calvin, we appreciate everything you do in the Philippines. You put all the other vloggers on notice. I heard." Wait. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Yeah, wait. Oh, here it is. I heard that all talking about you like Muhammad Ali. You are the greatest. You're funny, Michael, man. Shout out to Zamboanga City down there where your wife's from. Any thumbs down are probably trolls. Yeah, but you know, trolls are welcome here, man, because they ain't got nothing else to do, so I let them hang out on my channel. Kevin Luckman, facts. Solo Alpha 1 says, live in the moment. Absolutely. Reginald Graham, Calvin, I plan on retiring there in November. What's your opinion on some good travel and COVID insurance? I have my 2 Pfizer vaccine. Just when you buy your ticket, check the box, Reginald Graham. Our travel insurance is basically the same. You know, it's going to give you that emergency medical treatment and then cover, you know, cancellations of your ticket, delays, you know, loss of your luggage, loss of your personal belongings. You know, same with COVID. You know, most of it's going to go up to 100,000. It's easy. Go to AXA. But most, you know, those are underwriters because most of the time it's always going to be offered. The Orchid King. Yeah, I read that comment, man, and I tell you, that's that's the greatest compliment I probably received since I've been here. Let's see what Cal Deadman says. And that's good information, Cal. You always got good information. He says, Cal, tell them to make sure they have all updated documents before getting there. Absolutely. Make sure you got 6 months on your passport, at least 6 months. Because I told you to dot every I, cross every T when you get to the Philippines. They're petty over here, man. If you got 5 months and 29 days on your passport, trust me, they're going to turn you around. Don't take any chances when you come over here. It's better because they got only 2 services. They have Globe and they got Smart. See, here in San Carlos City, I came here, I had Globe, but my Globe did not get a good signal, so I had to get Smart. Am I back, guys? Oh, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. I switched from my data back to the... But anyway, when you get here, make sure that you find out which is the best, because there's no sense in you buying a smart load, and then when you get to where you're going, find out that Globe has the better signal. All right, I had to learn that the hard way here in San Carlos. Also, exchange your money at the airport. I don't care what anybody tells you. Exchange enough, okay, to where, you know, you're going to be until you can get settled. At least if you got $2,000, exchange at least $1,000 there. I mean, because believe it or not, man, it's less than maybe 1/5 of a peso difference from what I saw today between the airport and the bank. You know, especially the one in Cebu. And see, the good thing about it is they're going to be competing. You're going to have 3 or 4 of them in a row. Just pick the one that's going to give you the best exchange. You know, that's what you need to do. Lord Henry, we all have COVID-19 already, just like we all had swine flu. Problem is COVID-19 might just stay in you forever. Guys, get the insurance anyway. Mixed Philippine Journey says that's Philippines Internet for you guys. It is. And you'll learn that quick. I'm coming out with a video everything you need to know about the Philippines, you will learn in 1 week if you're paying attention. And that's part of it, the damn internet. But also because the people here are so open, honest, they're so authentic. Mixed Philippine Journey says, hey, Calvin, for the guys moving here soon, which city do you recommend they first settle in? I lived in Cebu first, but settled in Quezon City. See, you're exactly right, Mick. I always give the suggestion, because that's all I give is suggestions. Stay in Expat Alley, Metro Manila, Angeles City, Cebu City, Davao, Dumaguete, Bacolod, Iloilo City first. Okay? Then, once you get settled and get your feet wet and you feel comfortable and you want to move around, hey, Calvin, thanks. Don't make me roll after of it. Gail's coming over to get that help you sent her. Thank you, brother. And then if you want to venture out to somewhere like San Carlos City or something like that, you can. But I would say start out in Expat Alley because it gives you a chance to get acclimated with Philippines, And I did a video, Manila, Cebu. Go watch that because that's very important. Because I tell you, if my first experience with the Philippines would have been Manila, I don't think I'd be sitting here right now. Desby Mix at Calvin, try next time connecting your laptop using a network wire directly to the modem. Avoid Wi-Fi and data, that might be your problem. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that on my next vlog 2 days from now. I'm going to try that. If I'm able to connect straight to this modem over here. Because remember, we're in the Philippines, guys, and a lot of things, I'm not going to keep apologizing for the Philippines, but, because it is what it is, to be honest with you. Devon Johnson says, yeah, he's back. Brad Jones said, Calvin is a Don King of Sorry stores. Big respect. That's funny, man, because that picture is so funny. My 6-month-old daughter burst out laughing when she saw it, and it was so funny. Victor Gordon flying home June to my house. Let's see. Yeah, he says he's flying home in June to my house. Let's see. I lost it. Okay. Wow, Ingram Davis. He said I stayed in IT Park for 2 weeks and it cost me $850. What'd you rent? Manny Pacquiao's place? Ingram? Choo Choo said it's 48.59 today. Thanks for that. And it's staying around that right now. Remember, 2 weeks ago it was 48.03. That's a great indication that things are opening up some because once you see that dollar start to rise, you're going to get closer and closer to everything opening back up. See, a lot of these countries, they don't need the U.S. dollar right now. And that's what's bringing the value of the dollar down. They're not importing, they're not exporting as much. Ingram said he rented a condo, man. It's expensive, man. For 2 weeks. Man, you could have went to Mavisa Gardens. Listen, guys and ladies, when you come to Cebu, if you want to get close to IT Park, you rent a condo from Mavisa Gardens for about anywhere from $15 to $40 a night. Yeah, and you got 24-hour security, swimming pool, weight room, clubhouse. You got a 7-Eleven in the building, a laundry, a bakery. You got all of that. Diamond Jim says, I avoid airport exchanges. You'll do better than ATM. Absolutely not. Uh, because first of all, Diamond Jim, I appreciate your comment. They're going to limit on how much you can draw out of that ATM. Some is 10,000, some is 20,000 a day. You know, then you're going to get charged on both ends, unless you got that Charles Schwab account that everybody talks about. Um, they're going to charge you $5. Boom, here. They're going to charge you $5 at home, and then international fees. So, and you don't want to use that ATM. And then I'm warning you, especially if you're in one of these Cebu, Manila, anywhere in these tourist places, they've got these gypsies. They're going all around the Philippines. They're skimming these ATM machines. If you're going to use an ATM, guys, go inside the bank. Go inside the mall. Don't fool around outside. You're going to regret it. Because these guys over here, they're good. These gypsies over here, they're very, very good. And you're going to end up losing a lot of money. Let's see. Let me go back a little bit. William Medeiros, I hope I said it right. Good morning, Calvin. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, William, for your support. I really appreciate it. Joshua Mason, Calvin, are there any expats in my age range, late 30s? They probably are, and a lot of times when I go on Sikiho Island, I see a lot of young Swedish guys. I don't know if they're rich. I don't know, but that's where you see a lot of young guys. Reginald Graham says, Calvin, how do you communicate with USA? What phone do you use to get calls? I've got a Magic Jack. I got to renew it. And then I use WhatsApp too. Mixed Philippine Journey says, hey, Calvin, I had my bank in Florida get me pesos before I left. Did not want people seeing me exchange money in the airport. I wanted to arrive and leave right away. That's a great idea, but the one thing about airports, Mick, they're safe because you're going to have armed guards all around you. Now, I'm speaking in Cebu when you get off because they're right inside. The minute you get your luggage, before you can even go out the door, there they are. So you're going to be real protected. You can put the money in your luggage and walk on out and won't nobody know the difference. Hey, Lord Henry, thank you. They say your ally do this, guys. Go back and look at my video. Is the Philippines safe for tours? And if you follow everything there, I guarantee you, you won't have any problems here. I haven't had anything resemble trouble in the Philippines since I've been here for 12 years. Next month will be 12 years. It's as safe here as anywhere in the West. I guarantee you. As a matter of fact, Davao is one of the safest cities in the world, to be honest with you. But, you know, remember, Filipino people they're unicorns, man. They're the only place, it's the only place on earth you can go. And I promise you, they will not bother you. If they hear you speaking English inland, they're not going to turn around and say, hey, you either speak Tagalog or Bisaya or get your ass home. They're not going to do that. You don't have to know their customs. You don't have to learn their traditions or anything like that. They will leave you alone and let you enjoy this place to their heart's content. MJB Aerial Solutions said, I want to visit Davao. I love Davao. Camegan Island, zero crime rate, Kevin Hansen says. It's one of the most beautiful places in the Philippines. It's one of the smallest islands in the Philippines. So is Sikiho Island. Sikiho Island is actually the third smallest island in the Philippines. And when I went to Camotes Island, cars were not even allowed on the island at that time in 2010. Philippines, you have to jailbreak out of town. Well, I'll tell you what, you can't stay in the same city. No, you're not going to be able to do it. Especially if she still loves you, man. It's not going to happen. Yeah, you're going to have to move, brother. I hate to tell you. But the good news is there's 7,641 islands here. 2,000 of them are inhabited. So you got plenty of places to go, James. But, yeah, that's true. That's not fake news. and then they'll hound you, man. I've got a woman. I only even saw her one time. I promise you. She's stalking me right now. Um, but now her emails go straight to trash. I don't even check my trash because, you know, I mean, trust me. I'm always upfront with people here. I never, play games or anything like that. But, she's a nice looking woman, everything like that. Uh, but because she was from the province, her English, there was it was just a hard time communicating with her, man. And of course, my Tagalog is bad. My Bisaya is bad. My Filipino is bad. So, you know, that communication, man, without that, and that's what I told her. But, we spent that night together. I visited her family, and man, yeah, be careful, guys. Mr. Vegas said, Cal, thanks for showing your wife's sister on your previous stream. She looked beautiful. Yeah, I told Mira, I said, you become an internet star. Um, but I believe, yeah, she's got an American that they're chatting back and forth. But, you know, can I say this without sounding shallow? There's a million mirrors over here, guys. I mean, seriously. I don't know what your taste is, but whatever it is, it's over here. Cornelius Hill says, happy belated birthday to your daughter, Calvin, and great job on Donna's house, too, and good morning to you there, and good evening from here in Albany, Georgia. Thank you, Cornelius. I appreciate that. Yeah, I tell you what, man, my viewers and subscribers gave that little 7-year-old girl 4,000 pesos, man. I was so excited. She's so excited. Her mother's going to put it in the bank. Calvin, I'm planning on doing a trip to Cagayan de Oro in a couple of months. If you've been there, what could you tell me about Cagayan? Is it safe? And what places should I stay? I'll be visiting July. Yeah, Karen Tucker, it's safe there. I wouldn't go, I mean, it's even safe in Iligan, but I wouldn't go too much further than that as far as, because now you're getting close to Marawi, but that's where I was staying when I visited Camigan Island. See, take that bus ride. I think it's like a 2.5 to 3 hour bus ride. And then I think it's another 45-minute ferry ride to Cagayan de Oro. I mean, to Camigan Island. Go there. But it's a hotel, right? It's a couple of hotels, but it's a main one right in town, and it's cheap. I can't think of the name of it because it's been so long since I've been there. That was 2010. Reginald Graham says, Calvin, in your opinion, when do you think the Philippines will open up? Well, I'm just going to go by what the Department of Tourism says here. They said they are wanting to open up to international tourists the second half of 2021, and it's going to be on a regional basis. They're going to create these travel bubbles. That's what they call them, with countries that have had success containing the COVID-19. And you can read between the lines. South Korea, China, Taiwan, Japan, like that first. They're going to open to them first. Cal Devin says, buy something for the baby. I will, man. I tell you, we're going over there today. She's growing so fast. She's grown out of, now we got to get her size extra large. Hey, Brian Dawson, thanks for that super chat. He says, same thing happens in the UK with ATMs, mainly from Eastern European gangs. You're exactly right. That's who's doing it here. Best wishes to the Louisville Lip, the greatest. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Brian Dawson. But see, he's right. It's these Eastern European gangs, and if it were not for their greed, guys, they would have torn this place apart. The Philippines didn't know what hit them, but these guys got greedy, and they've been catching them. Hey, AJ Eckley, thanks for that super chat. He said, no, that's the Cal said that. He says, Only way it's unsafe to travel anywhere in the world is when you look for trouble and when you don't take the time to research. Boom. That's it. Don't look for trouble over here. Uh, you know, I always like to say when you come to the Philippines, you're in the Philippines, but you're not of the Philippines. Give these people the benefit of the doubt. Let them be wrong, man. Give them the right to be wrong in their own country. You're never going to understand their frame of mind here. Nothing over here is ever going to make sense to you. It's not supposed to. You're in the Philippines. All right? You can never uh, relate to the extreme poverty, the economic oppression that some of these people live under every day, man. It's worse than racism. Trust me, man, I'm telling you. Economic oppression is worse than racism, guys. I'm seeing it up close. So you never, you can never really understand. Somebody told me it's like being in prison over here. You know, I've never been to prison, but I'm going to take their word for it. He said some days people wake up in a good mood, and then some days they wake up in prison. And they realize where they are, and they don't like it. He says the same thing over here in the Philippines. Thanks, Kate. What is CDO? That's Cagayan de Oro. And yeah, I like it there. As a matter of fact, when I went to Camigan Island, they've got these hot springs that you can go to. It's really, really nice. They have real massage therapy there, not if you go in these cities in Cebu, in, the main cities, everything's, they've got that attitude, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. So now everybody's offering massage therapy, and it's not good. It's more or less women just taking oil and rubbing it on you, man. You don't want that. Cal Dedman says it's about respect. If you respect them, they will roll out the red carpet. If you disrespect, you may lose your life. Absolutely. Check your cash out, Big Shine. Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. All your super chats, all your help, man. Thanks, Bobby G. My Fabro says, hey, Calvin, did you interview with a single Filipino? I have, and I'm kind of getting away from that because I'm going to tell you, women become, and I don't want to take no credit for this. I'm giving all the credit to my subscribers and viewers. But women become famous when Sunshine Shoulders interviews them. I mean, their whole lives change. Thank you, Karan Tucker, for that super sticker. And I think what's happening is their friends and their family see these life-changing events, and now they want to ask me to interview them. I've only interviewed 3 women, man, and all 3 of them, I mean, their life changed overnight. I mean, they're living better than me now. All 3 of them. But what can I say? I got to give you guys the credit. But yeah, I done gotten away from that because I think they're trying to use me now. They're saying, yeah, Sunshine Shoulders has everything he touched turns to gold. No, I'm sorry. No, it's not true. But that's what they're saying over here. Oh, Sunshine Shoulders, what's up with this crazy person that keeps saying the same thing? What is he saying, brother? Let me find him so I can. Philly Boy 08 says, sir, do you ever get bothered by the people staring at you or your lady? It bothered me a bit when I went there. When I first came here, it did. But I got a secret. I got a secret. Here's what you do. When you catch somebody over here staring at you, look down at their feet. Look down at their feet. That'll stop them in their tracks. They'll never do it again. Trust me on this one. All right? I've tried it so many times. Oh, it's a girl. Oh, okay. I think she's wanting me to interview her. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, Sydney Gibson says, Calvin, tell Mr. Vagan, Mira is spoken for. He should start looking elsewhere. I already told him, Sydney, that she's dating chatting with an American guy, but I'll say it again, yeah. Sidney Gibson already made himself known. He's already got Mirror wrapped up. Thanks, Sidney, for reminding me. Jay Wilkes said, you still moving the sicky horse. No, I'm not. Not at this moment, Jay Wilkes, because I'm not going to kiss a gifted horse in the mouth. San Carlos City is nice, man. I mean, there's no crime here. There's no snatchers. The people are nice. You know, I'd hate to move somewhere and have trouble, man, you know. So, yeah, I'm not going to look a gifted horse in the mouth or kiss a gifted horse in the mouth. Whatever it is, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay here. Jay Wilkes said, what happens when the eyebrow raises? Well, I'll tell you, my Fabro says, have a good day. Okay. Well, it could mean a whole lot. They communicate with their eyebrows, man, and it could mean anything. It could mean, hey, honey, where's the coffee? You know, it could mean that. Or they'll do it with their lips. They could say, you know, I say, hey, honey, are we going to what time we going to the grocery store? And then her eyebrows will go up like that. It's crazy. They communicate with their eyebrows and their lips. Chlamydia, your daddy is here. Okay, Mom. Says, hey, Calvin, is there any area in the Philippines where babies got back? I'm the closest to a Latino you can find. You know, an area where the Spaniards deposited genes. Yeah, go down in Zamboanga. Go down, you know, in there, you know, they call Zamboanga the Latin city. But let me tell you something. The Philippines in 2021, baby got back, man. I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't your grandfather's Philippines anymore, man. I'm telling you now. These women over here, they're not sticks anymore. I don't know what they're eating. I don't know what they're doing. But, yeah, baby got back over here now. So you don't have to worry about that. Krishna says, just curious, have you met any American foreign women looking for or with local Philippine men? Yes, Krista. And see, that's the secret that a lot of people don't realize. You got women from Canada, Australia, and the United States coming over here, dating, courting, and marrying Filipino men. Yeah, that's the that's the secret, brother. I mean, ma'am. And you see a lot of them. I went to Boracay in February 2019, and I seen more American women than I've ever seen in my life, ever in the Philippines. And they were with Filipino men. You know, my first years here, when I'd see a Western woman here, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I'd say, well, she's on a religious mission. She works for them, and she's an environmentalist, or she's, you know, has she works here, you know, a businesswoman here, okay? But now I know it's not true. They're over here dating these guys. Butcher says, Calvin, sorry about baby that needs peace. Yeah, Butcher, you know, we're going to concentrate on the positive. You know, I just think Sunshine Shoulder's done all he could over there. I brought them as far as I could. Now I guess it's, you know, time, you know, for them to go in another route. Let's see. But yeah, Krishna, there's a lot of foreign women over here now. Desva Mix says, can you explain looking the feet thing, what it means? Well, a lot of times, you know, Filipinos, they're very conscious. they're very self-conscious about their shoes or their sandals, because most of the time, and this is no knock against them, they're old and they're ragged or they're too big. You may come over here and see somebody that wears a size 1, they may have on a size 5 shoe. Yeah, because you're gonna see that big space in the back. Um, so you look down at the shoe, they'll stop staring. It's just somebody told it to me. I tried it, and boom, it worked. But that's the reason why. They're very self-conscious about their shoes and their sandals over here. Because a lot of people over here. Hey, Jason Kincaid, thanks for that super sticker. They can't afford new shoes. Okay. And that's just how it is. But yeah, it works. Hey, Mark's son says, hey, Calvin, I just discovered you recently. Now I'm a subscriber. I really enjoy watching. I really appreciate what you do. Respect and admire you. I'll be retiring there and be with my sorrow soon. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that. Again, man, I'm just one of you guys trying to make your experience here as real as possible. I don't want you to get caught up in the mystique of this place. Yeah, it is a special place, but it can be dangerous too if you come over here and you're not on your P's and Q's. Jerry Casper said, hello, Calvin. Do you ever plan on building a house there in the Philippines? I do, Jerry. I say in the next year or so, with all this, when everything gets back to the new normal, because I've got 3 children over here. 2 of them are U.S. citizens. My little daughter will be as soon as I'm able to get to Manila without all the herky-jerky stuff going on. My 10-year-old son, he's probably going to stay here, but, he can go to the United States anytime he wants. My 8-year-old, he'll be 9 tomorrow. He wants to go back to the United States on the first thing smoking. But I just want to have something here for them, when I've gone on, that if they ever want to come back to the Philippines, they'll have a place to stay, somewhere to call their own. And so that's why I'm doing it, Divine Mormon said, Calvin, you're a madman. Yeah, USMC 0311 said, you silly, bruh. I tried it and boom, it worked. It does work, man, because when you first come over here, that staring, man, it's annoying, man. It'll really drive you crazy. I wasn't used to it, and that's one of the things, that's part of that rock star treatment. You know how rock stars and celebrities are. They get constantly looked at and, stared at, and I don't see how they do it. And, man, you'll be putting your fork in your mouth, and they're still watching all the way till you swallow your food. It's just how they are. It's just part of their culture. And a lot of times, though, especially if you're don't take it for granted, guys. Listen, I promise you this. This is 100% boots on the ground facts. There's a lot of people over here that have never seen a foreigner in person. Don't think that everybody over here, just sees foreigners on a daily basis. They don't. There's people up in the mountains, man. There's people in these squatters areas and stuff. They've never seen you up close. They've never seen you in person. And it's you're really a novelty to them. Especially, if you're, somebody like a LeBron James type. They think I'm LeBron James. I remember when Pacquiao fought Clotty, I got a new nickname. My nickname, everywhere I went, they called me Clotty. And that pissed me off for real, because Clotty, he's not very nice looking, if you ever seen him. Mixed Philippine Journey says, amazing stuff, Calvin. Everyone should take note of your advice. Man, thank you, Mick. I appreciate that super chat, brother. Thanks for that shout out. China says, if you wave at them, would they wave back? Absolutely. Remember, I told you, these are some of the most friendliest, most welcoming people in the world. But let me caution you, right underneath all of that goodness, is a mean streak. And they will cut you in half and never have a second thought about it. Don't come over here with that swagger, with that arrogance. Don't cross the wrong people over here. It's just how it is. Oh, okay, Jim's lifestyle. But I thought Jim's lifestyle was like a real person. Maybe she might be a bot. Mac Ben said, laugh my ass off, you're a comedian. Yeah, Butch Elton. He said, I had a good friend we called Goog. Damn, he hated that name. It's true, man. Well's family journey, you're funny. He says, I'm only 5'5". Funny, man. That's funny because my in-laws were calling me Jordan. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. But at first it was Kobe Bryant when I first got over in 2009. Then it became Allen Iverson. Then it became, now I'm LeBron James. And people, this is what will make you laugh. And this is why I love Filipinos, because they're so innocent, man. They're really serious. A guy asked me I went to the Save More grocery store the other day, and the guard, because now unless you got that phone where you can just screen yourself in, he was serious. He asked me, did I know LeBron James? I was like, yeah, man, I know him. We grew up together, And I just kept on going, but it was funny, man. But they're serious, it's the same thing when I was in Cebu. The guy asked me, did I know Kobe Bryant? I'm like, yeah, really, yeah, I know Kobe Bryant. I said, it's 10 million people in Los Angeles. Clayton Murray said, LeBron Calvin, Claudie Calvin, you're a wild man, Calvin. Cal Devin preach. John Wells, you got on here late, man. You was feeling pretty good the other day at that birthday party. Alex Singh said, average American is called Joe. Yeah, that's from G.I. Joe. Mr. Vega said we've all had at least one friend with the nickname, who gave himself the nickname Cool Breeze. Yeah, I played basketball and went to high school with a guy who called himself Cool Breeze. Common Man said they asked me if I was a wrestler. Wait, so you think the Philippines is less racist than the U.S.? Personally, I would say it's more racist in general since Filipinos stick together against outsiders. Well, there's nobody on this planet more racist than America. Let's just put that. I don't even want to discuss that, Lord Henry, but I will say that. I mean, we're so stuck in that racism stuff. America was built on racism, and it survives on racism. So it's always going to be there, but no. The Philippines, they're not racist over here. Not to that extent. I was saying that economic oppression is worse than racism. It is. Imagine, see, I can get around that racism, man. It's hard to get around that economic oppression. It's almost like a class system here with in regards to that, man. I mean, it's a lot of times, but there is some mobility here. But it's hard, man. You born in the wrong family here, man. You really have you have a hard time, getting up that ladder. But no, the Philippines aren't racist over here, not in that aspect, and nowhere near. You can't even compare that. Yeah, do they? Does fair-skinned people have an advantage over here? Yeah, because remember, whenever a country is colonized, they're always going to pick up some good habits and some bad habits from the colonizers. And that was one of them, one of the bad ones. Paul Halls is right. He said, I don't believe in racism. It's good versus evil. If people are good, they can't be racist. you know, it's really not about that. It's about that white supremacist mindset that has conquered the world. Really, um, everywhere you go, it's there. You know, which I don't know how it thrives in this age of information. When people know, I tell my kids all the time, the color of your skin has absolutely nothing to do with who you are as a person, your ability, your potential, okay? And don't ever let anybody tell you that, all right? There's ignorance, listen to this, there's ignorance and excellence in all shapes, sizes, and colors. But I don't know. Captain Billy Jack says I look like a short Charles Barkley. Man, you guys got jokes today. William Wild says I'm white. They may be my color, but not my kind. And that's exactly right, William. Believe it or not, and see, I like the nitty gritty. That's the nitty gritty, and that's what I always try to tell, um, you know, the people that I'm close to over here who are into that skin whitening and stuff like that. I say, it's just how it is in this world. Um, but that's the nitty gritty, man, that he just gave me. Reginald Graham says, Calvin, your neighbor John is like a rock star over there with the Filipino women. Yeah, because John, he's outgoing, and see, and they're shy. He's outgoing. See, and then Filipinos, remember, they're very approachable. Philippines My Paradise. There's Ned again. I told y'all to go over there and check out his channel, Philippines My Paradise. He's got good content. He's got good, real information that can help you when you come over here to the Philippines. I give you the street side. Ned kind of gives you that, the knife and fork etiquette sort of way, his own way of doing it. But it's just as important. It's just as needed. So thanks, Ned, for everything you do, man. Go over there, you guys. You'll learn a whole lot more about Filipino history from his channel than you will from me. Mr. Vega said, John Wells is my new idol, living the best life, and I will be doing so soon as the borders open. See, that's why I love John, because, love him or hate him, he's authentic, he's real, and I think that's why people love him over here, because the Filipino is authentic. The Filipino is as real and genuine as you're ever going to meet. That's just how it is. Wells Family Journey says subscribe to Ned's channel. Thanks, man, because Ned's a good guy. Paul says, you're a good man. Just keep up the great work. I hope to be there in the next few months. Thank you, brother. Cal Deadman says, I love natural beauty. Dale says, are there any jobs for a college-educated man? No. Maybe call center, supervisor, or something like that, but I wouldn't come over here looking for a job. That's just my humble opinion, because every job that foreigner gets here, you take away from the Filipino, and I just wouldn't want to do that. Joy Castillo says, am I late? Go ahead and hit us with some of that good Filipino knowledge, Joy Castillo. I said I wanted to interview you, but you haven't responded back yet, because you got some nitty gritty. And when you when you start your channel, I'm going to help you. I'm going to send people your way, because every time you come on here, you always leave some knowledge. I mean, really. Oh, yeah, Clayton Murray says, teach English, Dale. Yeah, you can do that. I forgot. Thanks, Clayton, for reminding me that. Jack, what's up from Baltimore? My homeboy, well, not really my homeboy. He played school. He played football at my home school, Louisville, Lamar Action Jackson, up there in Baltimore. Yeah, and I know y'all didn't want him when they drafted him, but now he's walking on water. Well, that's just how it is. Brad Jones said John Wells is the Axl Rose of St. Carlos. He's a legend. John knows more. When I met John, he was telling me about a whole other expat community I never even knew. I never even seen him. John knows everything over here. but because of tax purposes, he can't start his own uh, channel. Ingram says he was offered a job at the call center and he turned it down. Man, bravo to you, man. I mean, that's a noble thing, brother, really. Hey, Dale, he said, keep up the good work. You're a good man, bro. Thanks. And I have to remind you all the time, somebody did it for me. That's why I do it. I'm just paying it forward, man. Many times when I'm little, how many times was my name on the angel tree? How many times did the Salvation Army come over and drop off a box to my house? My family said, I'm talking about me as the head of the house, could not provide because I'm out drunk, getting high somewhere. He says, Charles Webb said, my fiance lives in Toledo. Yeah, that's right across the ocean from me, about a 45-minute fast. We were looking at a lot over there, but her auntie sold it. Joy Castillo said, I'm in college, Calvin, can't manage a channel right now, maybe someday. Ha. Guess what, Joy? Once things get back to normal, I'm going to do a spin wheel of all college students who enroll on my channel, Filipino, just like I do every Friday for the 1,000 pesos. But the winner, I'm going to fund their tuition, their college tuition, no matter what school they go to for 1 year. I'm going to do that. I made a commitment to do that. Once we get back to the normal, the new normal, whatever that is, and everything's back to normal, I'm going to put everybody's name in that spin wheel. If you're a college student, I don't care if you're 18 or 80. If you're Filipino, you're going to college here, I'm going to put your name in that spin wheel. I'm going to hit that button, and whoever's name it stops on, I'm going to pay their tuition for 1 year. Let's see what he asked me. Are you watching a Black Filipino? Leo asked. I used to watch him. I don't anymore because his content has kind of changed. You know, I wouldn't knock any new YouTuber or his channel. It's just, his channel kind of started out like mine. And, you know, he was kind of like, but now he's, you know, he's doing a lot over there. And, I mean, he's successful with it. But I can't really relate to a lot of what he's talking about now. So, hey, Derek Shockley, what's going on? Thanks for that message you sent me. Lord Henry said, I'd like to get a little high. I'll miss the 420 when I move to the Philippines. Yeah, you know, it's a small price to pay, Lord Henry. Les G said the United States is about status, how much you have and so on. Absolutely. And you get tired of that, man. At 57, I'm 57. I don't know how many more years I got left. I just want to be happy. Doug Carr says, hello, Calvin. What's up, Doug? But I got more years behind me than I got ahead of me. Really. Calvin, how are property prices out there? Do I qualify for this drawing? Fortunately for you, AJ Eckley, you do not want to qualify for this drawing. Jim's Lifestyle says, how I wish I could go back to school, but it's too late. Well, it's never too late, Jim's Lifestyle. Status in wealth, not skin color. And Joy Castillo said, that's a good opportunity for everyone, Calvin. Thank you very much, and I might join that too. No, don't laugh. Put your name in there. Don Ridgway, what's going on? That's my homeboy from Louisville, Kentucky. I think he lives out in Dallas now, if I'm not mistaken. Dallas, Fort Worth. What's going on, brother? He said, don't forget to hit that like button. Never too late. Choo-Choo says, never too late to go back to school. My mother graduated college at 60. I've got a brother who's a doctor now. He went back to school, let's see. He's 69 now. He got his bachelor's at 44. It's been 25 years ago. Then he got his master's. Then he got his PhD. He's 69 now, so no, it's never too late. Don't ever give up on your dreams anyway. Reginald Graham said, is John there for good or will he return to the U.S.? He said he's here for good. He said he's enjoying himself so much like me, and he says he's not going back. I don't blame him, really. I mean, you can recreate your life over here. Gregory Sneed said, Black Filipino seems to be doing well. He gives out good information. What's the problem? I don't have a problem, brother. I just said I don't really follow him anymore because his content has changed. Not like it used to be when I was following him. He was one of the first ones I followed years ago. I don't have nothing against anybody because I know what he does is hard, just like what I do is hard. You know, it looks easy, but it's not. Hey, Wells Family Journey, thanks for that super chat. No, I'm not talking about him. I just say I don't follow him anymore. He does very well, but his content is just not something that I'm interested in. I like the nitty gritty. I just like the real deal stuff. Steven Rogers, what's going on? Thanks for that super sticker. Cal, do you follow Jennifer Cherry? Jennifer Cherry, vlogger, Grand PA on travel updates. I follow, there's a British couple who is, they're here with their little girl. I forgot the name of that, And I followed them not only because their channel is interesting, but I learn a lot from them about vlogging and different things like that. It's like any other thing, guys. You got about a minute and 30 seconds to catch people's attention and hold it. If you don't, they're going to switch off, especially on YouTube. If somebody's a speaker, whatever it is, man, you got to grab people's attention and keep it. And if you don't, you're going to lose them. See? And that's just how I am. My attention span is not that great. So if you're talking about, buying a condominium in Manila, it doesn't interest me. See? Stephen Rogers said 30 days, 1,215. Here's one thing I want you to say, okay? In the United States. And cut it in half. That'll kind of give you a real good idea of how much money you're going to need over here. So if you're spending $4,000 a month in the United States, cut that in half, $2,000. If you're spending $2,000 in America, cut it in half, $1,000. That's just like a good elementary measuring stick for when you come here. And it works, guys, trust me. And you're probably going to have some more left over. AJ Eckley says, whoever wins the drawing, if they get the passing grade, I'm going to donate $4,800. Man, that's great, brother, and I mean it. I got your back, student. I struggled as a student, too. Got to pass, though, yeah. And see, that's one of the criteria, AJ Eckley. You're going to have to be doing well and have passing grades. See, remember I said deserving student. If you go on my Sunshine Show's Facebook page, I made the post. Deserving, that's the key word there. But I'm not going to let a C average stop them. If it's just passing, that's fine. James Lance says, I want to be a 2-month millionaire. Yeah, you bring 5,000 over here, brother, and you might as well be the Manny Pacquiao of the Philippines. I don't know what guys do with all that money they say they need over here, but I promise you, man, you don't need a lot of money over here in the Philippines to have a good time. And you can actually have a good time. You're not just going to be sitting around the house, man. That resort that I went to the other day, and I did my live stream from there, not the one at the birthday party, but even the one at the birthday party, you can go over there, guys. And that was a beautiful place at Sapaway Island. I guarantee you can stay there for less than $20 a night. I guarantee you. I didn't even check the prices, but I know you can. Yeah, and you're right there on the ocean. And the food, you rent that cottage for $5. You know, see, I'm just saying, I don't know what they're spending their money on that they need so much money. Uh, but no two people are the same. And let's put that budget debate to rest, because there's no right or wrong answer to the budget question, guys. No two people are the same. You're not going to live the same place. You don't have the same budget in America as everybody else. So when you come to the Philippines, you're not going to have the same budget. Why do we argue about stupid stuff like that? I'm just telling you, boots on the ground, what my living expenses are. They're less than $1,000 a month. And I live good. I don't miss a meal. We go anywhere we want to go. This is pre-pandemic, pandemic, and it's going to be post-pandemic. The only thing that has gotten out of hand over here is the food. It's skyrocketing, guys. It really is. Calvin, what places do you recommend spend good vacation in Zamboanga, like a good hotel with a pool? Marshawn Hotel is nice, the new one, close to the airport. And then there's another big, gigantic hotel next to it. I can't think of the name of it. But yeah, they've got two nice airports right near the airport. And they both have swimming pools. They both have free Wi-Fi. And despite what people say and despite the reputation Zamboanga's got, it's really a safe place. They had some trouble, yeah, back in 2013. And that chance is always there because they're just a boat ride from the bad guys. And there's probably bad guys there, you just don't know who they are. They all, because they all look the same. Hey, what's going on, Gerald Muhammad? That's my partner from Louisville, man. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. I told you I was going to recreate my life over here, bro. Me and him, good friends. We in the insurance business. Great speaker, one of the best speakers you're ever going to hear. But yeah, brother, I told you, man, to hell with all that fighting and all that stress and strain in the United States. I'm here, man. I recreated my life. I'm happy as I've ever been. I'm a free black man over here. I'm just free, period. I feel as safe as I've ever felt. And I believe if I go home, I'll be dead within 6 months. I'm just saying. Either the police are going to kill me, I'm going to die of a stroke or a heart attack, or one of them thugs is going to kill me from stepping on the Air Force Ones or bumping into the 68 Chevy. Either way it goes, yeah, I'm here, bruh, for good. That insurance business was good to me and my family, but I had to let it go, man. It got too stressful. But, man, I'm so grateful that you on here tonight, man, really. You've helped me so much, brother. I mean that. And if anybody's ever in Louisville, Kentucky, and you want to hear a good lesson, go to the study group run by Gerald Muhammad down there, man. Brother, he's a bad man. I tell you that. Period. Wells Family Journey says, I need that sun and carefree life in the Philippines and soon. Man, I'm going to tell you, man, people think I'm joking, man. You come over here, your blood pressure is going to be cut in half. I used to have anxiety and depression. Boom, gone. I used to be overweight. Boom, gone. I used to be out of shape. It's all gone. The fountain of youth is over here in the Philippines, but it's really here. But the fountain of youth is easy to unleash over here. The hell out of here. Okay, I know. Cal, come on over here, man, and I tell you, you won't regret it. See, we got the 4 ingredients over here for the fountain, to unleash that fountain of youth. And I've got that on my channel. I got a video on my channel. Number one is the sunshine, guys. The Son of God is that sun. It's not a man. That's the life-sustaining, life-giving, life-maintaining entity in our universe, okay? Then, the beautiful women over here, see, don't ever discount the influence a woman has on your life. Remember, I learned this from Gerald Muhammad. Your mother's your first teacher, okay? But a beautiful woman. 3, you're going to tweak your diet over here, all right? All that comfort foods and eating all that junk and stuff, you're going to let that go. And then number 4 is to get active. And that's what's going to happen when you come over here. Next thing you know, you're going to be a new person. You're going to be transformed your life. Gerald Muhammad says, you changed my life with the insurance business. Hey, thanks, man. You know, I always pay it forward. I started out in life insurance, and a guy, he was a millionaire. He saw my potential. He taught me about the Medicare Advantage game. I thought he was being nice. He was really doing it to earn money off me, but little did he know, everything he taught me, I was teaching my homeboys back in the hood to transform their insurance careers. And that's what happened, see? But they paid me back. See, that's the law of compensation. When this guy, the millionaire, when he started helping me, I was struggling, okay? But the law of compensation kicked in once I started helping these other guys. Remember, I wasn't getting a penny back. But the law will reward you for your sacrifice 100 times, sometimes 1,000 times your sacrifice. So for 2.5 years, I helped these other insurance guys. I trained them. I recruited them. I taught them the Medicare Advantage business. And 2.5 years later, I was rewarded with $1 million contract, guys. It's going to come from an unexpected source. I picked up the phone one day trying to call a company to find out what my recertification was, and I ended up getting the national broker representative, Tom Edgerton. He gave me $1 million contract. The rest was history, guys, okay? But thanks, Gerald, for coming on here. Tell everybody I said what's up. Let everybody know I'm doing good, man. Actually, I'm doing great over here. Hey, Jason Kidd K said, you did your work and the law rewards. That's right. And see, it's irrefutable law. It's like the law of gravity. If I throw my shirt up in the air, what's going to happen? It's going to come back down. Why? Because once it leaves my fingertips, the law of gravity takes over. Does it matter who throws this up for the law of gravity to take over? No. It doesn't matter if you're rich, if you're poor, black, white. If you have a PhD, if you never went to school at all. It's the same with our thoughts. It's the same with our deeds. See, there's mental laws, guys, and I don't have time for this because I know a lot of you guys aren't interested in it, but you should be. That's why I'm sitting here right now, doing the things that I'm doing right now. I've been studying this stuff, man, since 2000. Yeah, and it changed my life. I'm going to say this and I'm going to go on to something else. Roy Jones said, your shirt is going to fly away. You guys got jokes today. You do. But I'm going to say this and I'm going to go on to something else before I get off here. But when I first started studying this self-help genre, me and my wife, my American wife, we were together for 18 years. We lived in government housing in the projects, Beecher Terrace. And we didn't have any extra money for nothing but food and, the essentials. Well, I started ordering these books online, and they would come through UPS, and UPS would come out there, and she was like, there's these damn books. We can't afford these books. They don't work anyway, right? Okay. And I had to agree with her. I said, honey, you're right. They don't work unless you apply the principles in the books. Well, I started applying the principles in the books, and we moved out of the projects into a 3,700 square foot home. with, I finished the basement. I put 2 decks on the back with a brand new convertible, brand new van. She had a daycare center. And don't you know, when UPS would show up, my wife, and she was chubby and out of shape, she would run out there and get those books and be like, honey, here's your books. True story, man. I promise you that's true. But anyway, let's go back to the Philippines. But I like to let people know that's how I got here. Hey, Z Mill, thanks for the super sticker. Thank you as always for the awesome streams and great informative videos. I appreciate it, man. He said, Calvin, what books would you recommend? CD says, Calvin, what books would you recommend? My number one book for anybody, I don't care what kind of genre you like, The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. If you read that book and it doesn't change your life, I'll give you $100. I promise you. If you read that book and it doesn't change your life, it's just a small book. Okay? Don't let the title fool you. Go out and buy that book. Buy it online. You can get it used. See? But see, I can get deep. But I don't want to do that. But that's how I found that book, man. When I first started out, I was an old school debit agent. And one of my clients worked in a restaurant. I had to go pick up her money, and put in the book, we're at the computer at the time. And she said, hold on, wait till my lunch break. So it was a used bookstore right next door. I said, well, I'll go over there. And, okay, thanks, Wendell. I've got it here, too. Honey, let me get that. And, hey, thanks, Wendell. I appreciate that. Thanks for that super chat, Gregory Sneed. I appreciate it. Yeah, back to this story real quick. But anyway, I said I'll waste some time over here in this used bookstore. It's hot here, Wendell, and that's why I make these vlogs outside right now. It's summer here now, but I love the summer. Well, anyway, I was over there in the bookstore and I said, let me look around here for a little while just to see if there's anything interesting. I mean, this is just old stuff. These books there probably wasn't one book in there worth reading. But anyway, I turned to leave and I hit a shelf and that book fell off. And I looked at it, it's called The Greatest Salesman in the World. Of course, I was a salesman. I thought it was going to give me some sales tips. So I bought it. It was like 50 cents. The rest is history, man. I ended up being the top sales agent in the state. I finished second in my region, which included Chicago, Illinois, which, by the way, is 10 times, it's the same size as the state of Kentucky. Okay, I finished 16th out of 3,000 insurance agents, all from reading that book. So yeah, that's my number one book to read, The Greatest Salesman in the World. Then read books about famous people. I love autobiographies, biographies. I like real life stuff. I'm not really into a whole lot of that fiction. Okay, let's see. Ram Omega 1 says, necessity is what you need to survive in this world, no matter where you are in the world. Find a purpose in this world to live and focus. Without a purpose, your mind just wanders. That's so true, okay? And I have to agree because 98% of us, if I asked you, what are you going to do with the rest of your life, you couldn't tell me. Um, this guy says, you're funny, man. You guys got jokes today. He said, Clayton Murray says, lucky it was that book and not The Art of the Deal. uh, but if I ask 98% of people that I run into, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? You can't specifically tell me. You're going to do something general like, oh, I want to be happy, or I want to have a money, or, something like that. But you can't be specific. But the 2% of the people who run this world, who are the elites, who are in charge of everything, if you ask them what they're going to do the rest of the day, they can tell you specifically about it. And there's power in that, okay? And that's what I do now. You know, Choo Choo says you can book a hotel anywhere in the Philippines online before you go there. I recommend it so you can go to the hotel from the airport to the hotel. Absolutely. Let me go back to this one guy I was talking about. He wants to do his money at the airport. I'm sorry. That's the one when had to get me the water. He says, Calvin, I've only seen one money changer at the airport. I exchanged $50 so I can pay for my room and get a bite to eat, then exchange out in town. And that's good, Butch Helton, but the reason I tell now you've probably been here before, but the reason I give people that advice is this. As a foreigner over here in the Philippines, you're constantly being watched, okay? Especially when you're in a place like Cebu or you like place like Manila. You could be a target for a snatcher. You could be a target for a robbery. If they see you running in and out of them lawyers and, the money changers in different places like that. Also, you have to understand the Philippines right now, March the 9th, 2021, there's fake money changers out there in the Philippines, okay? Yeah, they set up these storefronts to look like real money exchanges, and you, as an unsuspecting foreigner, you come up there to exchange your money. Guess what they do? One or two things. They give you back counterfeit money, or they do that sleight of hand where they count your money real fast. Instead of giving you back $50,000, when you get back to the hotel, it's $40,000. See, so always do it in the airport when you first get here. It's safer. You're dealing with legitimate money changers, okay? You don't have to worry about, you can get a peace of mind, and then you'll have enough money where you're going to start wandering around your area. Then you'll be okay, I can go in here and get me, I can change my money here and do it safely. Nobody's watching me. See? That's the reason I tell them to do it. Now, an experienced guy like you, you can do that. But a newbie, don't do it, man. Exchange your money at the airport. Lose that little $10, $15 you're going to lose, man. Jerry Casper said, Calvin, you were right. I was divorced and pleased with my life at 60. Ready to go out to pasture. When I came to the Philippines, it was like I was reborn again. Got married to a Filipino I met. That's the story, Jerry, of most of us. And it's a good story with a happy ending for a lot of us. Okay? Some of us, we end up with not such a happy ending because we come over here and we bring, number one, our American thinking. Don't leave your American and Western values at home, but all the rest of that propaganda thinking that we've got, leave that wherever you are. But your values, bring them over here because you're going to need them. But everything else, you probably won't need. You're going to need your common sense. But all that other stupid stuff, thinking that, I'm just big, bad American and, it's the greatest country in the world, all that type of stuff, you're not going to need it. Those are usually the guys that have trouble. Just the regular guys who figure out that, And this is one of my subscribers the other day reminded me. He said, Filipinos love you when you don't act like you're better than them. He said, when you just act like you just one of them, like you just slide on in and just try to acclimate and just, don't cringe when you sit down on the broken furniture that, the chair is going to be cut in half. Just sit down anyway. If they offer you a plate and the damn plate is old and stained, eat off of it anyway. But they're going to love you when just act normal over here. You be authentic like they're authentic. Flynn Doda says, Sunshine Shoulders the man. Woo! Yeah. Man, you guys, I went 34 minutes over because I love you guys. Jason Kincaid said, be grateful. Absolutely. Be humble. And believe it or not, I'm going to say this, even though I broke my rule with baby Denise and Donna, stay under the radar. I peeked my head above the radar to help baby Denise. And it almost cost me, man. It cost me some sleep, I tell you that, because I broke my own rule. But that lets you know that the advice I'm giving you is sound. A lot of it is sound. You don't want to be on the radar over here. See, I'm going back in the radar. I'm not going back over there anymore. I'm just going to get right back into the radar again. And every Friday night, I'm going to spin that wheel. That's the only time they're going to see me. But hey, guys, thanks everybody for your super chats, your thumbs up, for coming and watching me. I'm to blame, Jason, because I broke the law over here. The law says stay under the radar if you're a foreigner. Stay as far under the radar as you possibly can. Be as humble as you can. Thanks for your kindness, your generosity, your support of Sunshine Shoulders. Look for my video coming up. Hey, thanks, Eric Chavez. He says, Sunshine Shoulders look like Daryl Strawberry. I wish I had his type money at the time. I'm going to do a video called Dear Filipina. And I'm going to talk to the Filipina and let her know, give her our side of the story, guys. We're not stupid, okay? A lot of us come over here because we're heartbroken, we're lonely, but we're not fools. We're successful in our home countries. We're good people, but we're not going to put up with the BS that a lot of them try to give us in 2021. So look forward to that. Remember, get that COVID insurance, that COVID-19 insurance. Check that box and get that travel insurance. You're going to need it. Okay? Hey, Don Ridgway. Thank you, brother. King Arthur, material things don't impress me. Me either anymore. I promise you, this shirt, same shirt that I brought over here in 2018. If you're in America, it's late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, find somebody to help. If you don't want them grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, you see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's about 11 o'clock. You got the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. There's no excuse. There's millions of people over here that need your help. It's very important, this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free. Thank you, Lord Henry, for that.